When confronted with unnerving and stressful situations, do you feel the tightness in your chest, the racing heartbeat, and the frantic mind that spirals out of control? Do you react intensely to a stressful situation and cannot cultivate a sense of calm? Do you feel anxious while dealing with conflict and stress as monumental challenges? For some, these might be occasional occurrences, but for others, this reaction has often been a near constant companion. Struggling with maintaining calm, especially in the tempestuous instances that life frequently throws our way, can actually feel like an arduous task. We all have anxiety, and remember that it is a common human emotion that can be caused by a variety of factors, such as stress, fear, and uncertainty. It can manifest itself in a variety of ways, including physical symptoms, such as a racing heart, sweating, and difficulty breathing, as well as emotional symptoms, such as worry, fear, and irritability. But what if the secret to serenity lay in the lessons of ancient philosophy, even when you are amidst stressful and anxious situations? Stoicism, with its roots in ancient Greece, is that one effective approach to adopt to manage stress and anxiety. Stoicism is not just a study of life, but a practice for living, and it can provide you with a lifeline during tumultuous times. Here are 8 principles from Stoicism that can be an anchor for anyone battling with the tempest of anxiety. First of all, understand what is within our control. Epictetus famously said, "We control our opinion, choice, desire, aversion, and, in a word, everything of our own doing." Recognizing the difference between what we can and cannot control is the cornerstone of Stoic thought. When faced with stress, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If not, remind yourself that you can strive to accept it and focus on how you can respond, rather than wasting energy on what is beyond your reach. The Stoics believed that only our thoughts, feelings, and actions are within our control. Everything else, such as the weather, actions of other people, and the outcome of events, is beyond our control. Second, recognize and accept the impermanence of life. Everything changes, and nothing remains still. This idea is a recurring theme in Stoicism. Understanding that stressful events are often fleeting can help you gain this perspective. When you find yourself in the middle of a storm, you should remember that it too shall pass, which often alleviates the weight of that specific stressful moment. The Stoics believed that we should not attach ourselves to anything that is impermanent, as this will only lead to disappointment and anxiety. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "Time is a sort of river of passing events, and strong is its current. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by and another takes its place, and this too will be swept away." Third, embrace adversity as a teacher. Seneca wisely said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Stoics believed that adversity is an opportunity for growth. We should learn from this, and instead of fearing adversities, we should treat them as welcomed lessons and as a chance to improve ourselves. In our lives, we have always faced and will always face numerous setbacks. Instead of lamenting your misfortunes, you should ask yourself, what can this teach me? This shift in your perspective will transform your problems into opportunities. When you face challenges, you have the opportunity to learn and become stronger. Fourth, remind yourself that you cannot always control the situations and their outcomes. Seneca wisely remarked, "If you wish to be loved, love." Stoics emphasized that we should wish for things to happen as they do. It is the resistance to the natural order of these events that often causes anguish. By aligning your desires with reality, you can find a deep sense of contentment, even in less than ideal circumstances. Remind yourself that the outcome of events is beyond our control, and we should not waste time worrying about things that we cannot change. Fifth, develop an inner fortitude. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius believed that the strength of one's character was the greatest defense against any external event. By cultivating virtues like patience, resilience, and empathy, you can build a fortress within, shielding me from the unpredictability of the world. For the Stoics and for you also, the external events should be secondary. What matters most is your internal state and your character. Developing virtues, building resilience, and nurturing patience can be our inner sanctuary against any external chaos and conflict. 6. Maintain perspective on the triviality of your immediate concerns. Marcus Aurelius wisely remarked, "Consider how much more you often suffer from your anger and grief than from those very things for which you are angry and grieved." Stoicism teaches us to view our lives from a bird's-eye view, understanding that in the grand scheme of things, most of our worries are quite insignificant. Whenever stress and anxiety threatens to overwhelm you, then you should visualize from above and realize the triviality of your immediate concerns in the vastness of the universe. Always believe that the strength of our character is the greatest defense against anxiety. By cultivating virtues such as courage, resilience, and self-discipline, you can build a strong inner fortress that will protect you from the storms of life. 7th, practice negative visualization. Seneca wisely said, "He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand." One might think that thinking about the worst-case scenario would induce more anxiety and stress, but Stoics practice this principle to appreciate what they have. By periodically contemplating the loss of what you value, you not only appreciate them more, but also prepare yourself for potential future adversities. This may seem counterintuitive, but it can actually be helpful for managing anxiety. By imagining the worst-case scenario, we can prepare ourselves for it and reduce our fear of it. Lastly, seek wisdom from within and reflect on yourself. Marcus Aurelius wisely remarked, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." The Stoics believed that we all possess an inner wisdom and a guiding rationality. In the moments of stress, you should learn to pause, breathe, and consult this inner voice that we all possess. When we are feeling anxious, it can be helpful to pause and listen to our inner voice. More often than not, this inner voice offers a clarity that was clouded by the turmoil of emotions and their reactions. Also pay attention to the present moment without judgment, which can help you calm your mind and reduce anxiety. So, to conclude, if you have struggled with maintaining calm in stressful situations, integrating these 8 Stoic principles into your life can be transformative. By following the 8 principles above, you can learn to accept what is beyond your control, focus on what you can control, and build a stronger inner fortress against anxiety and stress. They do not promise a life devoid of challenges. Instead, they offer a compass to navigate them with grace and equanimity. As you encounter turbulence in your own journey, remember these Stoic principles. They have been a beacon for countless individuals throughout history and can be for you too. With practice and patience, you can find that elusive calm even in the fiercest of storms. If this video struck a chord, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content.